In the annals of history, Rome stands as a colossus, known for its mighty legions, grand architecture, and the creation of an empire that changed the world. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're not just walking through the cobbled streets of ancient Rome. We're descending into the heart of its most scandalous sagas. These are the stories of Rome's worst emperors, whose reigns were marked not by greatness, but by madness, a journey you won't forget. Stay with us, hit that like button if you're ready for a dive into history's darker side, and make sure to subscribe for more epic historical adventures every week. Chapter 1. Nero, the Tyrannical Artist. Our tale begins with Nero, stepping into power amidst Rome's political turbulence. The death of his predecessor Claudius set the stage for his unlikely rise, fostered by manipulations and ambitions within the imperial court. Nero's early reign showed glimmers of promise. Initially, he was popular, hailed as a refreshing change. He reduced corruption and focused on diplomacy, but this promising start soon gave way to the darker hues of his rule. Nero's passion for arts turned the imperial court into a stage for his performances. The emperor's love for poetry, music, and theater became legendary, as did his extravagant parties and grand architectural ambitions. 64 AD marked a turning point, the Great Fire of Rome. For 6 days, flames ravaged the city. While the legend of Nero playing the fiddle is likely myth, his reaction to the disaster was fraught with controversy. In the fire's aftermath, Nero embarked on a massive rebuilding project. His vision for a new Rome included the extravagant Domus Aurea. These projects, however, drained the imperial treasury and burdened the populace with heavy taxes. As Nero's reign progressed, so did his paranoia and cruelty. He began eliminating real and imagined enemies, leading to a reign of terror. The emperor's behavior grew increasingly erratic, alienating his advisors and the Roman people. In the end, Nero faced rebellion from all corners of the empire. Abandoned by his guards, condemned by the Senate, and facing revolt, Nero's rule came to a tragic end with his death, a demise that marked the end of the Julio-Claudian dynasty. Make sure to subscribe and press the like button to join our community of history enthusiasts. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. This way, you'll be notified each week as we uncover more secrets of the past. Your support keeps history alive on our channel. Chapter 2. Caligula, Madness or Misunderstood. As we delve into Caligula's story, we begin with his unexpected rise to power. Initially beloved by the people for his charismatic and compassionate demeanor, his ascension was seen as a breath of fresh air after Tiberius's somber reign. Caligula's early days as emperor were marked by a series of popular reforms. He granted bonuses to the military, eliminated unfair taxes, and released those unjustly imprisoned. Rome rejoiced, believing in a golden era ahead. A severe illness early in his reign marked a turning point for Caligula. He recovered but emerged a changed man. His policies became erratic, his temperament unstable. Rumors of his strange behavior began to circulate, causing unease in the empire. Caligula's reign became notorious for its extravagance. He spent lavishly on games, built extravagant temples, and reportedly made his horse Incitatus a priest. His eccentricities, once charming, now bordered on the bizarre and alarming. As time passed, Caligula's rule took a darker turn. His initial popularity waned under the weight of his cruelty. Executions and purges became commonplace. The once hopeful Roman citizens now lived in fear of their capricious emperor. Caligula's reign ended as tumultuously as it had been conducted. Discontent within the Senate and the military led to a conspiracy against him. In 41 AD, the young emperor's life was cut short, his reign ending in a brutal assassination. Chapter 3. Commodus, the Gladiator Emperor. Our journey now takes us to Commodus, the son of the philosopher king Marcus Aurelius. Raised in the shadow of a stoic and wise ruler, expectations were high for Commodus. However, the young prince's disposition hinted at a vastly different approach to rulership. Upon Marcus Aurelius's death, Commodus ascended to the throne, marking the dawn of a new era. Initially, there was optimism. The empire, weary from years of warfare, longed for peace, and Commodus seemed to promise just that. Gradually, Commodus began to distance himself from the duties of emperorship. He indulged in luxuries, surrounded himself with flatterers, and became increasingly obsessed with his own image as a living god and a hero of the arena. The emperor's fascination with gladiatorial combat was unprecedented. Commodus often fought in the arena himself, a scandalous and shocking act for a Roman emperor. This hobby-turned-obsession was more than entertainment. It was a display of power and vanity. As Commodus reveled in his personal pursuits, the empire's governance suffered. Administrative neglect led to decay, corruption, and a growing disconnect between the emperor and his people. Rome, once the heart of a thriving empire, began to falter under his neglect. Commodus' reign, increasingly marked by paranoia and despotism, eventually led to his downfall. Betrayed and assassinated by those closest to him, the self-styled god emperor's life ended not in glory, but in infamy, a cautionary tale of power turned to ruin. Chapter 4. Elagabalus, the eccentric outsider. In the annals of Roman emperors, Elagabalus stands out as an enigma. His ascent to the throne was as surprising as it was dramatic. Born in Emesa, a city steeped in Eastern religious traditions, he was thrust into power at the tender age of 14. Elagabalus's arrival in Rome was marked by a cultural shockwave. He introduced the worship of the Syrian sun god Elagabal, positioning himself not just as emperor, but as a living deity. This radical move upended the traditional Roman religious order. Elagabalus was anything but conventional. He defied Rome's rigid norms with his clothing, lifestyle, and public behavior. His court became a place of opulence and scandal, bewildering the conservative Roman society and fueling endless rumors. The emperor's religious reforms were just the beginning. Elagabalus' reign was marked by constant political upheaval. He dismissed experienced senators and officials, replacing them with his own supporters, further alienating Rome's ruling class. Elagabalus's controversial reign was unsustainable. Discontent in the military and the Senate, coupled with public disapproval, set the stage for his downfall. His rule ended as dramatically as it began, with his assassination at just 18 years of age. Elagabalus's legacy is a tapestry of controversy and mystery. Was he a misunderstood visionary too radical for his time, or a reckless ruler unfit for the throne? His story challenges us to question historical biases and ponder the complexities of power and identity. Chapter 5. Caracalla, the Ruthless Reformer. Our narrative now shifts to Caracalla, son of Septimius Severus. Born into a family of rulers, Caracalla was raised in the shadow of imperial ambitions. His father's reign instilled in him a perspective of power that was both ruthless and pragmatic. Initially, Caracalla ruled jointly with his brother Gaeta, a partnership that was doomed from the start. The empire witnessed the brothers' bitter rivalry, marked by political factionalism and personal animosity, a divide that threatened the stability of Rome. The fraternal conflict reached its climax when Caracalla, in a chilling act of cold-blooded calculation, had his brother Gaeta murdered. This fratricide shocked Rome and stained Caracalla's reign with a mark of infamy that would never fade. Despite his brutality, Caracalla was also a reformer. In 212 AD, he issued the Constitutio Antoniniana, granting Roman citizenship to all free inhabitants of the empire. This radical move was as much a political strategy as it was an economic one, expanding the tax base significantly. Caracalla's quest for dominance and control ended abruptly. In 217 AD, during a military campaign, he was assassinated. His violent and unpredictable rule came to a sudden and violent end, mirroring the brutality that had defined his reign. As our journey through the dark corridors of Roman history comes to a close, we're left to ponder the complex tapestry of power, ambition, and human fallibility. We've traversed the reigns of emperors whose names have become synonymous with tyranny, madness, and extravagance. Each of these rulers, in their own way, shaped not just the Roman Empire, but also how we perceive the delicate balance of power and morality. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey through history. As we continue to explore the past, we invite you to reflect on these stories and the enduring lessons they offer. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most fascinating tales. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the spirit of the past alive.